Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to PWR Today. This is Matthew Thomas, joined alongside Linda Kay. Linda, it's been a little while since we've had this tag team duo back in action.
Yes, I've been on the road, if you will, for various projects, but I'm excited to be back and excited to be talking to you, my tag team partner on Wednesday mornings.
Talking to you in this go-home episode of NXT 2.0 before the NXT 2.0 Premium Live event. Linda, in this show, I'm going to see how many times I can get in the phrase Premium Live event, because that is what's happening both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Not pay-per-views, but Premium Live events.
Yes, that did come up a few times during last night's episode, and I am pretty excited myself for the two Premium Live events from WWE this weekend.
Well, Linda, when you are attending a Premium Live event or watching a Premium Live event or in the vicinity of a Premium Live event, what should one wear? What should one clothe themselves in?
Oh, I have pictures to prove it. Matthew, when I am at a Premium Live event, I have on my comfy, fashionable collar and elbow t-shirts on, or one, not multiple t-shirts at one time, but one of my many collar and elbow t-shirts. And if you want to be sporting that on a Premium Live event as well, make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com, and to save 10% off your order, use promo code LindaK. That's LINDAKAY.
And the good thing about that promo code, it doesn't have to be dependent on a holiday or a specific time frame. You can enter promo code Linda K 365 days out of the year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no time constraints there. You don't have to wait for a holiday to start or pass, or hang on, and it's like, hey, are they gonna do one for President's Day, or let's see, I'm trying to think of more obscure holidays, but you don't have to worry about that. It's not dependent upon a holiday. That's a promo code that's good anytime you see fit to buy yourself some quality garments.
Couldn't put it better myself.
Well, I do know that promo code is going to be good around Christmas time, and something else that is going to be good around Christmas time. It was revealed over the last few days in an interview with Trish Stratus. Yeah, there was some teasing there, maybe a match with Becky Lynch or this, that, or the other. But the real main event here, the real meat and potatoes, is the fact that Trish Stratus right now is working on a Hallmark Christmas movie. That's right. Trish Stratus starring in an upcoming Hallmark Christmas film. Now, a few weeks back, you and I had lobbied for a remake of Santa with Muscles. Now, I don't think it's going to be that, but the fact that it's been a good long while, you probably have to go back to the Miz and the what was the Elf movie or something he was in. He was in a holiday movie. You got to go back there before you have a WWE superstar, any really wrestler in a Christmas movie. So, Linda, are you as excited about this potential opportunity to see Trish on Hallmark this upcoming holiday season?
Absolutely. I typically am more of a horror movie, gore at times, more of like thriller, suspense, or sophomore comedies. However, I am a sucker for a good feel Christmas movie that you would see, such as on Hallmark. And to see Trish Stratus on there, I'm in. I will even subscribe to whatever package I need to get Hallmark on my streaming service. I don't think I have Hallmark. No, that sounds really awesome. Is it supposed to be released this Christmas?
I would assume so. Like, here's the thing with Hallmark, they bust those things out pretty regularly. If you look at the new Hallmark Christmas movies each year, I mean, they premiere like 20 to 30 different movies each year. Like, I love me some Christmas movies, but I'm also kind of a completist, and it's like one of those things that I would have to work throughout the year to actually watch, even a close replication of even close to the amount of the Hallmark Christmas movies. So it's a little bit intimidating at times. I can't say that I have a ton of familiarity with their lineup. I do know that Candace Cameron's in like 17 of them. Like anytime I turn on Hallmark around Christmas time, you're going to see one of like 17 movies starring Candace Cameron. So she is apparently one of their Hallmark Christmas movie regulars, but definitely something to keep your eye on as we get a little bit further into the year. Well, as we get further into this weekend, last night was the go home show to NXT 2.0's In Your House. It took me a second to remember what kind of clever name they came up with for this, but no, they're going old school. They are going In Your House. I wonder if we'll get another little sneak peek inside of Doc Hendricks' home, like we saw last year with Johnny Gargano. You know, that was a nice little touch. But yeah,
little
I hope
Todd Pettingill, cameo as well.
Oh, that was great. That was great. But before we get there, we have to get past last night's go home show to NXT In Your House. We would kick things off with Pretty Deadly going up against the Diamond Mines rendition of Roderick Strong and Damon Kemp. Before the match, Roderick Strong saying he did not want any of the Diamond Mine out there. He wanted to do it on his own. The match would see Julius Creed, the Creed brothers, actually come to ringside, and Julius Creed throwing himself in harm's way for Roderick Strong, taking a belt to the face. However, it would be Pretty Deadly picking up the victory here. Linda, your thoughts on the opening match to NXT 2.0 and setting up this weekend's tag match?
Oh, I mean, I'm just waiting to see the moment where Roddy just explodes and leaves Diamond Mine or kicks them all out, as he alluded to later, the possibility of that, as we'll get to later on, if the Creed brothers lose this weekend. But I mean, this has been happening for a while. I'm guessing with In Your House this weekend, and with us finding out just to what extent Roderick Strong would do if the Creed brothers lose, I think it's going to be the time where we see either I don't want to say just leaves Diamond Mine, but I mean, there's been the rumors of he leaving WWE as a whole. Not really sure. However, I'm a fan of the Creed brothers, so they were sticking it out, trying to save their brother in Diamond Mine. Instead, it backfired on them. They get hit, and then they hear the leader of Diamond Mine telling them if they don't win against Pretty Deadly this weekend, that they're going to be kicked out. So a lot of tension there. Looks like Diamond Mine's just slowly crumbling unless Roderick Strong does leave it and they have their own new version of Diamond Mine. Not really sure. I'm curious to see what will happen there, but as much as I want to see the Creed brothers get the titles, I feel that with Pretty Deadly still, I mean, they haven't been the title holders too long. I think this is something that can be stretched out, whether it's with the Creed brothers or not, but eventually Creed brothers, I definitely see them getting the gold, but I'm not sure what's going to happen this weekend In Your House due to shenanigans, probably.
I don't think it happens this weekend. There's way too much story here with Diamond Mine, Creed brothers, Roderick Strong. There's way too much of a self-contained story there. I see Pretty Deadly holding on to the titles. Yeah, that was kind of
boy.
It was kind of, and that's the thing. I recognize the greatness that is Pretty Deadly as soon as I saw them burst on the scene, but I don't think that they really haven't been featured prominently. We've been getting them in really small doses, so I think that we need them with the title there for a little while for the rest of the NXT 2.0 universe to come to appreciate Pretty Deadly as much as us two do, because I think there's definitely something there. We would also see Cora Jade getting the victory on Elektra Lopez, which we did have a vignette of a family meeting, if you will. It was on the lot, I believe, or on the yacht rather, of oh my goodness,
Escobar.
Yes, Escobar's yacht. And so that's setting up the stipulation for the match this weekend between Tony D'Angelo's family and Escobar's family. And I believe the stipulation is basically It's an interesting stipulation because basically the loser has to work for the other family. So I like the fact that they at least respect each other enough to, they're not trying to completely annihilate each other. They're just trying to bring the other into the fold. So, Linda, any thoughts as to how this goes over this weekend at NXT 2.0 in your house premium live event?
I like Legado of Phantasma. However, I feel the whole Don character, or just the prevalence of that, and then the addition of his two dimes and the third
Yeah.
person with D'Angelo. I feel like they're gonna come through with this by hook or by crook. Maybe a crowbar will be involved. Something. I feel that they're gonna come through with a win on Saturday.
See,
And
I'm gonna differ there. I'm gonna go
okay.
Tony D'Angelo and family actually losing. I think Escobar. I think he's a little bit better of a straight man. I can see Tony D'Angelo kind of being the guy who's trying to get used to the way that his family does business. I think Tony D'Angelo maybe a little bit better of a comic foil at this point, but that's kind of the way I see it going. Although I think that I got to say, in the past, these vignettes have taken a little while to grow on me, but there's enough entertainment value there, and I'm a fan of. They did go somewhere outside of the parking lot or the kitchenette last night. They went on a yacht, so I think there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, I still feel that Legato is gonna lose. However, them being a part of D'Angelo's extended family won't last for very long. There'll be something on an upcoming NXT where the stipulation will be reversed, or
Yeah.
they'll get out of that bind or contract, or I mean, not really a contract, but the stipulation, I guess.
Absolutely. We would see Wesley pick up a surprise victory over Zion Quinn, a Lee surprise victory after he was basically lawn darted into the turnbuckle. A very rough looking spot here that I did not see him recovering from. It got a very excited chant from the NXT universe. And yeah, I thought this might actually have been the finish to the match, but that was not to be. Wesley with the upset victory. Linda, your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I mean, just seeing that, I even was like, "Ooh, looked a bit rough there," but not enough to keep him down to get that win. I mean, I'm glad Wesley got the win, just because, I mean, we've seen him down in the dumps, and he really hasn't had. I don't think he's lost every match, right? Isn't this his first
Yeah.
win back?
Yeah.
I mean, since his return solo,
I mean,
not
he's
Sakura, but solo.
he's quintessentially been used as a really good looking enhancement talent the way that he's been booked recently. And by good looking, I mean he's good looking dude, but by the way that he's been utilized, I mean he's gotten moments of offense. He's really put the person over, but he's lost pretty substantially up until tonight.
Yeah.
Or last night rather. So yeah, we would have also a women's division summit. Now this would bring out both teams in this weekend's women's tag team match, and also Mandy Rose and Wendy Chu. So pretty much all of the women's titles that are going to be contended this weekend brought on full display with the contract signing. The ending of this spot would actually be Mandy Rose getting put through a table by Wendy Chu. A little more physicality than we initially see Wendy Chu engaged in. Normally she's sleeping or drinking a drink out of her, it's not quite a sippy cup. I guess it's got a straw there. But setting the stage for this weekend was Toxic Attraction, basically left lane. Linda, your thoughts on this segment, and is that going to be typical WWE booking where the group or the individual that gets the upper hand ends up victorious at the premium live event?
I mean, it had me thinking. I really didn't realize how much I was going to enjoy this segment until it just kept getting further and further. For example, I thought that the crowd would have been a little bit more, or a little bit more of a split, maybe, between uh, both groups of ladies there. However, the crowd was definitely more behind, at least vocally, Wendy Chu and Katana. And Kaden, just because, I mean, Mandy really had to like scream
Yeah.
to get her thoughts and out. I mean, really, like they were really loud in there, and they were what were they chanting again? Sign the contract, I think. But
Yeah,
yeah,
which was basically what that was pretty much Wendy Chu's line throughout all of this. They were just kind of parodying what she
yeah,
was saying.
I think that the whole Wendy Chu gimmick has just grown a bit. I mean, I am enjoying it a little bit more. I think we're seeing more of her. I mean, obviously the physicality,
Yeah.
last night through the table as well. Her, doing her move where she's sleeping, but definitely did not expect that, let alone a table in this segment. So that was a really cool thing to see. Obviously the NXT audience loved that as well, but also just seeing Wendy Chu featured more, where she's not just sleeping, she's talking more. Yeah, it's shenanigans, but that is her character, and putting her against a complete opposite with the character Mandy Rose is, I mean, putting them together, it seems a little funky at first, but then you seem like, okay, they've been going at it for a while, and honestly, I've been enjoying it. And then now you're pinning the tag teams against another great tag team. So
Yeah.
the way it ended, man, I seeing them with the belts. I mean, I know eventually that the titles are gonna be taken from Toxic Attraction, but I don't know if all three titles. I feel like maybe only
Yeah.
one of these will change hands. I'm not sure. I think it might still be too soon to put it on Wendy too, but I think the match is going to be more to put her over with Mandy still winning.
So
yeah.
my prediction here is actually going to be a little bit different than it would have been a couple of weeks ago. I think Mandy retains. I don't think Mandy might be moving up quicker than we think, but I think we're going to have new tag team champions, and I believe that's because Toxic Attraction is not long for the world of NXT 2.0. We don't have as many tag teams on the WWE. We don't have as many women's tag teams on the WWE roster as we did just a few weeks ago. And I think if you are going to launch a tag team tournament there, or you are trying to get that tag team conversation started, I think you got to bring Toxic Attraction up.
That is a really great point. Yeah,
so we shall see if that is indeed the case. But I think there is a case to be made for Solo Sikoa, who picked up a win against Duke Hudson, and it's pretty much a straight shot here. That is going to be the challenger of your North American champion, whether it's a new North American champion or it's the same old North American champion coming out of the pay-per-view. I think Solo Sikoa definitely made his case to be number one in line.
Yeah. At the last chance, Solo Sikoa got a shot at the title. I thought it was going to be his, but it didn't happen. But I think he's definitely going to get it from whomever that would be as a result of In Your House. But, I love Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, but I just feel that the way the story is being built between Solo and Cameron Grimes, I feel like it's going to be coming down to the two of them once Solo gets his chance. And at that point,
I think you're right. Speaking of which, we saw Cameron Grimes with a victory over Nathan Frazier, which was an excellent match. Now, my question to you, Linda, I've heard it pronounced both ways. Is it Nathan Frazier or Nathan Frazier? Because I was under the assumption, based on the spelling and based on the variations that I've heard of the commentators, that it was Frazier. But I heard a couple pronunciations of Frazier last night. So which one is it? That is the true question.
I thought it was Frazier, but maybe it is supposed to be Fraser, but due to the natural slip of or not even slip of the tongue, but Frasier, the TV show, I think naturally you're just going to say Frasier. Or is it Frazier?
I like Frazier. I think that's what he runs with. I think that's got a lot more staying power.
Yeah.
But Cameron Grimes with the victory, and I agree with you. I think Grimes retains to set up him and Solo Sikoa going into a program, and watching Cameron Grimes just get completely booed out of the NXT arena because everybody loves Solo Sikoa. And when Cameron Grimes is in the picture with Solo Sikoa, nobody wants to give Cameron Grimes the time of day.
So then, if this does indeed happen, let's have Cameron Grimes turn out and be a dastard heel, or
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think at this point, honestly, I think you have him cheat to retain this weekend, and
Oh,
that's his that's and then you just launch it into a program where, yeah, let them, if they're going that direction anyway, let them boo this dastardly heel. And yeah, just, I mean, Solo Sikoa is probably your biggest star on NXT 2.0, and I don't know if they have cooled on Braun Breaker. It's kind of hard to gauge because I feel like we've gotten so much of Braun Breaker in backstage vignettes and being kidnapped, and I don't feel like we've gotten a lot of Braun Breaker in the NXT 2.0 arena. That being said, he's going to be there at In Your House this weekend, going up against Joe Gacy. With the stipulation, if Braun Breaker gets disqualified, Joe Gacy wins the title. Now, I will say I probably connected and empathized with Braun Breaker more last night than I ever have, because he almost threw a TV on the floor. That was pretty much the state I was in this past weekend when I was trying to order AEW Double or Nothing and having
uh-huh.
my issues with Bleacher Report. I was almost there. So Braun Breaker, good job in exercising the restraint. And will he show enough restraint this weekend when he goes up against Joe Gacy for the NXT 2.0 championship on a premium live event?
I think so. Gotta keep it strong on Braun. I think this would be a moment where perhaps his dad runs out to stop him from getting disqualified. They're going to bring up about how he missed him get that 80-yard touchdown because his dad was wrestling in Japan. And somehow it'll come full circle like, I'm here, Braun. I'm here. Do you retain your
So
title
I will
at any
say this
house?
much: NXT, they throw a lot at you as far as promos and vignettes each week. But as I was watching the old Nitro footage mixed in with his high school football, there's something to be said for that. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, somebody's having some fun with this backstage stuff. And then how about we're getting like, I don't know if they're shot specifically for NXT or if it's stock footage, but interesting stuff overlaid, like the Tiffany Stratton um, promo last night. She was actually talking about her opponent in the NXT breakout tournament, and she's like, "Oh, you had to pack up a box," and literally there's video footage of somebody using packing tape on a box.
Yeah.
There's somebody in the video department's having some fun with these promos is all I've got to say, because there's a lot of little kind of nuanced stuff there if you
Well,
watch
same
it
with,
pretty close.
yeah, with Roxanne Perez, with what she was talking about. How awesome is it seeing all that footage of her when she was younger, by the way. But when she mentioned missing the prom or going to the mall with her friends, there was some stock footage there too, like concerts. I'm like, are where the no? I didn't know if I was to know those people. No, it's just showing what she missed while she was training to become a WWE, or, and currently NXT superstar. So kudos to her as well. But can I mention one more vignette that I popped at? Um,
Yes.
Thea Hale, when she was being shown which college
Oh,
she
I'm
was
so glad.
going to
I'm so glad you
choose,
brought this up. I'm so glad you brought this up.
and I think there was the North Carolina hat, the Bama hat, Notre Dame. It's like, no, she's like, this just doesn't feel right. And you can kind of already hear the audience, or maybe it was Chase U in the audience too, or wherever they were watching, as if it was a an actual draft, seeing a star choosing her school. But when she put on that Chase U hat, showing them sitting down and cheering as if they just got a spot in the NCAA tournament or something like that, that was tremendous. That made me laugh.
So I don't know if it's happened yet, but I implore anyone that's about to go and about to declare for college. You know how like local newspapers and stuff, they pick up on such and such is accepted and such is going. Please, some rising senior, or so I guess a graduating senior, please somebody send to their local newspaper that they have got accepted and they're attending Chase U.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
like that needs to happen, Linda.
yeah. I mean, graduation just, right now, but hey, it's still, I mean, not all schools have graduated, so we could still possibly get it right now while Chase U is the hot commodity and picking up some Great talent down there at NXT.
Well, make sure you join us tomorrow when the man they call Meathead. I've got very good authority, Linda, that the man they call Meathead is going to declare his intentions tomorrow, whether it's be what college he's going to or just declare his intentions for in general. The man they call Meathead will be joining us on this very program tomorrow to declare his intentions, Linda.
Yes, and talking about more news following Double or Nothing as Dynamite.
That's right. That's right. So what's the opposite of a go home pay-per-view? What's the pay-per-view after? Is that the like welcome home pay-per-view, or is that the leave the house pay-per-view, or
post Double or Nothing Dynamite, I guess?
Yes. Well, one thing is for sure. I'll tell you what it's not, Linda. It's not a premium live event. And if you want those premium live events, you tune into NXT in your house on Saturday and Hell in a Cell on Sunday to check out those premium live events. Well, this has been a premium live talk show this morning. For Linda Kay, this is Matthew Thomas. We'll talk to you tomorrow.